Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Draw with Rob. With me, hang on, where are we? Hang on, where are we? Bear with. With me, Rob Biddulph, there I am, in cartoon form with Ringo. Now you might know me because of my picture books. Maybe you've seen this one. Have you seen this one? It's called Show and Tell, and it's all about a class full of children who bring in more and more outrageous things for show and tell. Look, there's all their names at the beginning of the book, and there's the entire class there, Class 2L. And we start off fairly ordinarily. Look, Adam here, he brings in a sunflower seed, then Betty brings in a tin of bright blue spaghetti, and it gets more and more complicated. Look, Mo's got a laser sword, Parmida brings in a really big talking parrot who's reciting Shakespeare. Then we have a racing car, we have an alligator, we have a UFO, we have the Queen of Denmark, the Loch Ness Monster, and then look, Violet appears with Big Ben on her back, and it just gets more and more crazy. I'm super proud of that book. It's a fun one. Maybe you've seen my chapter books. The Peanut Jones series. 1, 2, 3. Can I fit them all on screen? Yes, just about. There we go. They are the Peanut Jones books, all about this girl who finds a magic pencil. Everything she draws with that pencil becomes real, and she draws a door and she walks through the door and she finds herself in an illustrated city called Chroma, and she has to find her missing dad in that illustrated city and also defeat the evil Mr. White, who wants to rid the world of all its creativity. And look at these books. They are full of illustrations. I've done a lot of illustrations in here and a lot of work. Look at that, jetpacking around the Empire State Building. So check those out if you like. Good stories with lots of pictures. But we are here today to do a drawing together. And today's drawing is a super fun one, because today I'm going to show you how to draw a very cute donut character. I know, we've done a few food videos, haven't we? And they've always been really popular. I remember we did a cupcake, we've done a watermelon, we've done an ice cream, we've done ice lollies, we've even done a pizza slice. And I really like drawing food characters. In fact, top secret, I think I'm going to do a Draw with Rob Fantastic Food activity book. So keep an eye out for that in the future. But today we're drawing a donut, and donuts are super easy to draw. This is all you're going to need: piece of paper, pen or a pencil, something to draw with. I think you're going to need something to colour with for this one, because donuts, as anybody who's ever eaten one knows, they are very colourful things. So it's going to be fun to colour in our donut in a minute. This is how Draw with Rob works, in case you've never watched one before. Lots of people tell me they don't think they're very good at drawing. I say that's nonsense. Everybody can draw. Some people just need a bit of help with the order that we do the drawing in. Now that's where I come in, because we are going to break this drawing down into tiny bite-sized pieces. No pun intended, given that we're drawing a donut. So what I'm going to do, I will draw a shape on my piece of paper here, then you can pause the video, copy what I do, start me up again, I will draw a little bit more, then you will draw, then I will draw, then you will draw, I draw, you 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 draw, and at the end we're going to have ourselves a lovely donutty picture. So without further ado, shall we start? As I said, it's a nice and easy one today. It's going to be quite quick, I think. So what I want you to do, can you guess what shape I'm going to draw first? Given that we're drawing donuts. What's that? Correct. We are drawing a circle. So I want you to draw a nice circle right in the middle of your piece of paper. Now, do you know what? Circles, they look like they should be really easy to draw, circles, but they are one of the hardest things to draw. A perfect circle is almost impossible for a human being to draw. Did you know that? So don't worry if yours isn't perfect. Look at mine. That is no way is that a perfect circle, but it will do. One thing I always say is, if you feel like you make a mistake or something's gone a little bit wrong with your drawing, do not screw it up and start again. Do not rub it out and start again. Keep on drawing. It's often those little imperfections that add character to your drawing, and certainly in this case, if your circle is not perfect, that is only going to add more character to your donut character. Because do you know what, donuts, they are not perfectly circular. Go on, go and get one. Have a look. I know, what a hardship to go and have to buy a donut for research purposes, but maybe you can tell your parents, look, Look, Mum and Dad, I need to eat a donut because Rob is showing me how to draw one and I need to make sure I get it right. You can try it anyway, can't you? Right, so there we go. A circle. Easy start. Guess what we're going to do next? We're going to do a small circle in the middle because donuts are famous for having a hole in the centre, aren't they? And do you know what? I know why they need a hole in the centre. I've done some donut research. It's because apparently, first of all, they were invented by a ship's captain a long time ago, like hundreds of years ago, I think, a couple of hundred years ago. And I thought maybe the reason they had a hole on them was so, you know, when in those old-fashioned ships they had those kind of steering wheel things with all the spokes coming off them, like when you see a pirate ship. And I thought maybe what they did when they cooked their donuts, they sort of put them on the end of all those spikes sticking out of the steering wheel, and that's why they had a hole in them. Apparently not. Because even though it was invented by a ship's captain, it's because if you put a hole in the middle of your donut, when you cook it, when you deep fry it, it means it's easier to cook all the way around because it's cooking from the outside and the inside. So it's not as fun as my explanation, but that's why. So there you go, people. Don't say you don't learn anything by watching Draw with Rob videos. Right, the next thing I want you to do is, now this is the fun part, because what we're going to do a sort of another circle just inside this circle, but this one we're going to do with a wavy line. So we're sort of going to do lots of little, almost like the sea, but going around in a circle. Okay, and this is going to be the icing on our donut. So again, if you think about a donut, or if you've gone and got a donut and there's one sitting in front of you, well, you'll see that the icing goes like that. If you look at it from above, I'm not going to do a line inside because my icing has gone right down into the hole, but I'm just going to do the kind of the surrounding edge of the icing like that. What do you think? Pretty cool. Pretty donutty already, right? Now, we're going to make this, as you know, we're going to turn this into a little donut character. So whenever I draw these food characters, the way that I turn them into a character is very simple. I just draw eyes on them, right? And I give them little legs and little arms. That's exactly what we are going to do today. So what I want you to do, just above that hole, I want you to do 2 more circles. A lot of circles in this drawing. Let's do them right next to each other, like that. And these are going to be our eyes. So we need to do 2 more circles inside, like so. And we're going to colour these ones in. And look, our donut is awake. And what's brilliant about my little donut character here is the hole in the middle is its mouth. So my donut characters are always shouting. That's cool though, isn't it? Maybe it's a very angry donut, I don't know. Or maybe he's just very happy and he's shouting for joy. How about that? Right, the next part is the other bit I said I always do. We're going to add little legs. So what we do, we just do 2 vertical lines, quite short vertical lines right next to each other, coming down from the bottom, 1.5 centimeters long, something like that. And then, I don't know if you remember, we've done this before, you just turn it around slightly at the bottom, heading outwards, like so, just for little donutty feet. And then the arms we're going to do coming down from here, so we're just going to do it again, just a little line, maybe half as long as the legs, just coming down on each side, like so. And then I'm going to use my thinner pen here, and we're going to add little thumb and fingers. So we're going to add a little thumb coming off one side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 little fingers, like that. Same on this side, thumb first, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we go. Something's happened there with that finger, that's fine. Remember what I said? Make a mistake, keep on drawing. There we go. Little arm, little feet. I'm just going to go over them with this pen to make them a little darker. And look at that. Taken shape, huh? Pretty good. Now then, I might add a few more details here and there, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. My donut, this particular donut, is going to be covered in sprinkles. Okay, so this is how we're going to do our donut sprinkles. We're just going to do lots of little rectangles, sort of about that size. And we're going to cover the icing part, so the bit inside the wavy line, we're just going to cover with
these little rectangles, and it's going to look just like sprinkles. Do you see what I mean? Shall I go into super speed mode to do this? You don't need to watch me do all of these, do you? You can be getting on with doing your own. So I'll see you back here in a few seconds with a totally sprinkle covered donut. 3, 2, 1, here we go. There we go. Now you might have noticed, well, 2 things. Can you see the way I've changed the angles of all the sprinkles? I didn't really want to have 2 sort of going in the same direction next to each other. You want to make it feel very, very random, because that's how sprinkles work. They're just sprinkled over the top and they fall randomly. So I've tried to always change the angle of the sprinkle in comparison to the sprinkle that is next to it. But can you also see I've left a bit of space just above the eyes, and that's because I want 2 of my sprinkles to be eyebrows. So I'm just going to put them in a position that relates to where the eyes are, like that. And do you know what? That's pretty much all of our donut character done. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into super speed mode. I'm going to colour my donut in. Then I'm going to tell you a few little tips and tricks about the colouring process, and maybe we'll add some eyelashes on after we've coloured it in. Okay? So I'll see you back here 20 seconds with a fully coloured in donut character. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so there's our coloured in donut. I've got a couple more bits to add. Do you remember I always tell you this? We're going to add a little bit of shadow around our donut's feet. So what you do, just take a light colour, or just use a pencil, just do a light bit of scribble around the feet. And then maybe if you've got a darker shade, whatever colour you've used, if you've got a slightly darker shade, just make it a bit darker right next to the feet. And can you see what I've done? It just looks like our little friend is casting a tiny shadow. Okay. Next thing to do you remember what else I said I wanted to do? I'm just going to darken. Sometimes when you go over your pen with coloured pencil, can you see it just sort of lightens it a bit? Oops, didn't mean to do that. Never mind, we can correct it. Remember what I said? Make a mistake, keep on drawing. I'm just going to go over that line just to make it a little bit darker. There we go. I'm also going to add just 4 little lines on each side of each eye, like that. And also I might just follow this around again, just to bring it forward. If you make it a bit darker, what that does, it just brings whatever it is that you are outlining, just brings it slightly further forward in your drawing. So I just want to make sure that's a lovely dark line, like so. There we go. And I can also just make this a bit darker as well. So drawing, you kind of like have to see what happens sometimes and then just react to it. So this stuff has just gone slightly pale underneath all my colours. And I just want to bring it forward. There we go. So there is our little donut character. So what else can I tell you? So I always like to have a bit of sort of direction of light in my drawing. So I've imagined my light's coming in from this side. So you can see the sort of the brown part of the donut is a bit lighter here and then darker around here, and it just makes the whole thing look a little bit more three-dimensional. And similarly, in the middle here where the hole is, I've made the pink icing go a little bit darker as it gets nearer to the hole, so it looks like it sort of goes down a bit into the hole. Do you see what I mean? And then I've just used random colours for my sprinkles. Apart from these two, the eyebrows, I've made them brown just to make them kind of stand out a bit. And that is a very simple little donut character. Now this is such a simple character. Do you know what? Because I think there's lots of things you can do with your donut. I've just done a very simple iced donut with sprinkles, but I think you can be a bit more creative with it. So do you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to go into super speed mode. I'm going to draw 2 more donuts. one on each side of this one, and I'm going to do different kind of, I'm going to do something slightly different with each one, just to give you, just as a starting point for you guys to come up with more ideas for your donut characters. Because do you know what, you could do a whole box full of donut characters, couldn't you, doing all sorts of different things. So let me go into super speed mode. I'll probably be a bit longer this time, maybe 30 seconds, maybe even 40 seconds, because I'm going to draw two more characters from scratch, and I'll see you back here with 3 donuts. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so there are my 3 donuts. So I've made a kind of top hat and tails donut with a little moustache and a candy cane. And I've made a tiger donut. I don't know why I did this. I kind of think I started doing the sort of the swirly bits, you know, like that icing when they do the kind of the zigzags across the donut. And I thought, oh, that looks a bit like tiger stripes. So I thought I'm going to do a tiger donut. So I added a little tail, some little ears and a little tuft of hair. Slightly angrier eyes, because look, it looks like he's growling. And there's my tiger donut. And this one, I just thought top hat, and I don't know why. Again, I just wanted to show you that you can add character to these little donuts. And with this one, you can see I've added lots of dots and spots and circles and things just to make it look a bit more donutty texture. And then I've done this white icing here, and I've made the mouth. These ones are just circular, but I made this mouth because I thought you can actually change the expression on the donuts' faces just by changing the shape of the hole in the middle of the donut. So I did this one slightly more smiley, and it makes our donut just look a little bit more smiley. And he would be smiling because look, he's doing a little dance. He's got his top hat, he's got his little candy cane, and he's got his little bow tie, and he's got his little moustache, and there we go. A little donut character. So hopefully you can see by me doing those, guys, that the possibilities really are endless for these little characters. What do you think? Do you like them? There's one more thing I've got to do to this drawing, isn't there? That's right, I've got to sign it. I'm going to sign it down here next to Candy Cane Guy. So Rob Biddulph. There we go. So we need to let everybody know who has created this work of art. So make sure you sign yours proudly. What do you think? I like these donut guys. They're very, very cool. I think they might need a story of their own. That's all I'm saying. Right, I want to see your drawings. Right, so what you need to do, you need to get a grown-up to take a picture of your picture and then post it on social media using this hashtag, #DrawWithRob. That way I'll get to see it. If you're watching on Facebook, you can just comment below with a picture of your picture. I'll get to see that too. And honestly, I can't wait to see them because I've got a feeling there's going to be some unbelievably colourful and creative donut characters popping up here with this drawing. So there we go. What else can I tell you? Oh yes, if you're watching on YouTube, why don't you subscribe to the channel? You can turn your notifications on. That way you'll get told when a new video from me pops up. Why don't you also subscribe to my newsletter? It's totally free to do so. Just sign up with an email, and then that way you'll get an email when a brand new video is coming out. And that's about it from me today. So I've really liked showing you how to draw these donuts. I hope you've had fun too. Oh, I've just noticed something. I don't think I did the darker bit on that shadow. You see, always be ready just to add a little bit more. That's better. That's finished now. Hang on, let's just finish that little bit off. Finished drawing now. See, I'll probably, after I finish recording, I'll probably spot something else, but never mind. Don't worry. I always find it's very hard to know when a drawing's finished because I can just keep adding to it and keep tweaking it. And at some point you have to step away. So I think that's me done now. And that's me done with this video too. As I said, I hope you've had fun drawing along with me. I'm going to be back very soon with a brand new episode of Draw with Rob. In the meantime, everybody, keep on reading, keep on drawing, keep those pencils sharpened, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye everyone. everyone, it's Rob here. I hope you enjoyed your Draw with Rob video. I'm just popping up here again at the end. Got Ringo with me, as you can see. He's having a bit of a nap at the moment. But I just popped up here to tell you about my brand new Draw with Rob activity book. And this is it. It's called Draw with Rob in Space, an out of this world art activity book. And I think you're really going to like this one. So what's inside it? Well, we have lots of puzzles like these ones. We have some bits where I've started off the drawing and you guys have to finish the drawing off. I really like this one. It shows the cockpit of a spaceship and you have to add the controls. We have some crafting ideas for you. There's even a card game in there too. And of course, plenty of our usual draw-alongs, like these guys. And of course, once you've done your draw-alongs, you draw them in the little frame that I have made next to the instructions. And then, can you see here, look, the pages, you probably can't see, but the pages are perforated down that side. So once you've done your drawing here, you just tear the page out, stick it up on the fridge, ready to display. And then once you've finished the entire book, once you've been through the whole activity book, you've got a nice certificate. You know, this is to certify that your name is officially a space superstar. So lots and lots of interstellar entertainment for you to keep you occupied when you're not watching a Draw with Rob video. The book is available now from wherever you get your books. Try and support your local bookshop if you can. And if you get it and you enjoy it, please let me know and send me lots of your pictures. I love to see your pictures. Right, that's it. I'm done. You can get on with the rest of your day now. I will see you very soon for another episode of Draw with Rob. Bye, everyone.